Welcome back to CCRPG. We are returning to our pilots just as the reinforcements from nearby Project Nucleus operatives have closed in on their 70.106 investigations here. They were getting prepared to leave, but it looks like they're going to have to fight their way out to achieve it. The DBC has set down in its marked landing zone, which is just beyond where they touched down originally. Unfortunate for them is in between them and their extract is the reinforcements, which is 2 more dust arms and 2 more glint arms, the experimental mechs they first encountered when arriving at 70.106. We are launching right at the beginning into combat, and we are going to run their escape as a gauntlet. The way this is going to work is the player deployment zone, which is where they first arrived when they came down to the planet, is going to be the victory zone. It's going to be the control zone, the objective zone that they need to take control of. For the players to win, they need to have more weight in that zone than their enemies at the end of round 8. Ultras count as 4 characters, and elites count as 2 characters, which does mean that every one of these enemies, because all 4 of them are elite, count as 2 characters each. So right now, the enemy weight on the zone is 8. Each one of you counts as 1. So you will have to unbalance their efforts a little bit if you want to take it. If after the 6th round, there are as many enemy characters inside the control zone as there are PCs, that triggers an early enemy victory condition. So you will have to try and push them off the control zone as soon as possible, or what that represents is giving them enough time to fuck with your evac that the DBC might be compromised if you don't clear them out before then. We are going to jump right in at the beginning of the round 1. And it is going to start with the player activation first. You guys have initiative.
All right.
Alrighty.
I will go first then. If you guys are cool
All right,
with that.
KESTRAL.
Bob, can you see the line I'm drawing here?
I can.
Can you mark that down for me? Because I'm going to use my Oasis protocol.
Ooh, let me array template this for you. It'll be close.
Good enough.
I need to slightly budget so that it how do I rotate? No. It can only occupy single hexes, right?
I mean, it doesn't say anything about hexes. It just you move in a straight line, but that's about
I don't think it can be too
get.
wide. I know where you're going to. I'm just going to redraw the.
Sure.
Redraw it.
All right. I'm also going to pop my core protocol, the Hall of Mirrors, which will leave a copy anytime I do a unique movement during my turn.
There we go. How's that look?
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's see, we'll pull a copy out there. Move that to the side. Then I'm going to move all the way down there. I mean, technically there's I guess one more line here, but it doesn't really matter because I'm moving one space over to the right with the rest of my movement.
Okay, is it every move you make on this round?
It's any... I have to move in straight lines. Let me look at the exact wording. Till the start of your next turn, you can only move in straight lines. However, you create a holographic trail behind you as you move, creating a light barrier made of contiguous sections the same size as your mech. In each space you move through, the barrier grants hard cover to adjacent characters, and characters that benefit from this cover also get resistance to energy.
So if you can only move in straight lines, how did you move the one space over?
I guess I wouldn't then,
okay.
huh?
Yeah, because I think that was a move and
thing.
Boost to get to there. Is that right?
It would be a move and boost, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the move has to be a straight line, and then the boost has to be a straight line, I believe.
Okay. Then my next question is, would I be able to hide here?
Are you allowed? You're allowed to be in it.
I would be forced out of it at the end of my turn. So I guess I would move there then, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna go read it. It's the Oasis wall, right?
Yeah,
so every turn you can move. However, you create a holographic trail behind you as you move. In each space you move through, or
maybe it just stops at the
might
square
end
behind
one
me.
space early.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too. After reading it,
but that's fine. Yeah, you can end there, and then we'll just know it doesn't occupy that space.
Sure. And then would I be able to hide from here? I think.
I mean, I think that
if it helps at all, I'm invisible on my turn.
Then yes, totally, 100%.
Okay. That's my turn then. That is a boost, move, and action. So.
Bam. All right. So I'm gonna pop over to the enemy team. We're gonna get some movement out of these boys. First things first. I'm gonna activate the pyro on the ground. The dust arm that you guys saw a lot of the last time we fought these guys. And he is going to move his speed, which I'm sure you'll be impressed by. It's 2.
I'm impressed. It's worse than Dyne's.
Yeah, see that, Dyne? You're in good company.
It doesn't have an attack, so he is going to boost another 2. And then let's see, what's his sensor range? That's a good thing to note. Not as far as he would like. All right, so nothing else there. At the end of his turn, he is going to use a fire break shield. At the end of his turn, he creates a line 4 energy damage shield, 4 spaces high, in free spaces within line of sight, and with at least 1 space adjacent. Soft cover, and it has the smokescreen miss effect. So he's going to make... Boop. Little wall of 4 there.
That's right. I forgot he had those.
Oh, yeah. How do I leave it? Stay where I place you. Do I have to hold shift is what I need to hold. Okay, that's him. It is... oh, sorry. That was this dust arm. He activated and then ended. Now it's up to you guys.
I forgot to mention I would have put another copy after I boosted. I just put it out there on the field at 8.
Great. Perfect.
Just
nice.
So you
know.
Chimera, Comet, or Orion?
Or should I go? Do you have a preference, Todd?
I could go.
Go for it.
Do
it.
Real quick, if I stabilize, can I overcharge after that?
Yes.
Overcharge is always available to you. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that was a special case. So, So Comet's gonna move up against the fire break wall.
Well, that's
not fire break. What do you call it? What do you call your wall, KESTRAL?
Oasis
wall. Nice. Is it like a tangible thing, or is it like strictly like electronics?
Yes and no. It is tangible. It's a hologram that like exists as the thing, but you can move through it.
Nice.
I kind of think of it as
cannot be
like a
destroyed.
weird prism effect, like an Aurora Borealis line or something like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At this time of year.
Localized entirely at 70.106.
Can I see?
No.
Oh.
All right. So I'm going to stabilize because I'm low HP, and it's probably best to just do that.
I mean, you did have a mech fall on your head.
Yeah, that I did. So I have a stabilize button here. Restore HP. I don't think any of the other things. I don't have a condition to clear. All right, so now I'm back to full HP, and now I'll overcharge. Oof, I got overcharge as a plus D3, and I got full 3.
Well, you should have been reset back to a 1.
Yeah, it should be a 1, Warren.
Oh, you're right. For some reason, I was thinking D3 was the first thing. Okay.
No, anyone who's everyone go into your character sheets because it looks like all of you's overcharges haven't reset. So everyone go reset your overcharges to 1.
Mine just says +1, but
yeah, it might be because you didn't overcharge last combat or something, or maybe you reset it at the end.
Yeah, I reset.
I don't remember.
I just click the button again.
Yeah, Orion, reset yours as well. Yeah. You're at D6 right now. There we go. All right. Yeah, go. Now you can take your 1 heat, Comet. I don't want you to explode.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, and then you know what's fun? I think I'm just barely in sensor range of our friend here. The Dust Arm.
Yep. They're right. Dust Arm and Glint Arm, respectively.
Let's I want to think what I want to do to him. I think I want to okay, I'm gonna use an invade on him, and I'm gonna try to use banish until the end of your target's next turn. They take 2 heat for every space they voluntarily move, up to a maximum of 6 heat. So I'm gonna use invade against.
Does invade get a cover bonus at all, or no? It's just versus systems, or
good question. Let me see.
Because it's a tech attack, right? Do you get cover or
yeah
on tech attacks?
Tech attack. Gets a target within sensors and line of sight. I think I need to read the rules for tech attack.
Because the firebreak shield does not interfere with line of sight, so you definitely have line of sight.
Yeah.
It just has soft cover, and I don't know if that affects your tech attack. We can check real quick.
Tech gauge.
Quick combat reference. Attacks. Tech attack. I don't think so, because you're not shooting, right?
Separate.
It wouldn't make sense unless it's specifically designed that way, right?
Okay. Tech attacks ignore cover. I just found it on page.
There you go.
64.
Then yeah, go for it. No, you don't have to take his cover into account.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna use banish. I rolled a 19 on my
19 versus their E-defense. Definitely hits.
All right, cool. So they take 2 heat right off the bat because they always do for invade. And now until the end of its next turn, he takes 2 heat for every space he voluntarily moves. Up to
all right, cool. 6. I'm going to put a little marker on him to denote.
All right, cool.
I need to add more markers because these markers all mean a specific thing. So I'm gonna tint him instead.
There you go.
Oh,
There, he's red now.
oh, he's looking hot.
All right, what else you got?
That's all, folks. So I will end my turn.
All right, that is Comet, activate, and done. Let's now activate the Glint arm, who is right behind that one. They have a much more impressive speed.
3.
4.
Oh.
So this one's going to dash, move and boost to get closer. And then is going to where here it is. Are you within sensor range? Let's find out. He is going to perform a search action for KESTRAL. When you search, you attempt to identify hidden characters. To search, choose a character within your sensors that you suspect is hidden and make a contested systems check against their agility. So he's going to attempt to reveal you on his team's sensors, KESTRAL.
All right. Just roll an agility then?
This is, contested. So you roll agility, and he's going to roll systems.
All right.
You are likely to win this, but he's got to give it a shot. You're going to win.
You rolled a 1. Wow.
He rolled a 1.
Well, I also rolled a 1, but there's a 0 on the other side of it, so...
Okay, well, I think the power of 10 means that you have successfully beaten his search. He knows there's someone hidden over there and might even have... because you're not invisible on other people's turns, or are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so he probably...
That's why I would have gotten, accuracy on that roll, I assume, if I was invisible on the other turn, but maybe not.
Search doesn't get a thing for invisibility, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it does. We would have to look at
not important right now,
invisible specifically, but yeah. So he fails his search action, and that is his turn.
Cool.
Bam. Chimera or Orion?
How about I go? Chimera is going to dash forward. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to activate my protocol. So I figure out I normally call it Morningstar or whatever. It's basically Tormentor's spine. So I get resistance to all damage within range of 3, and my my Pokebits now do 3 armor piercing instead of 1. And then I'm going to dash forward. Chimera's going to dash forward 5, so that'd be... Oh, perfect. Right next to Comet. And then Chimera is going to turn around, grab its grapple gun, and pull Orion with it. Do you resist, Jeremy?
No, not at all. I mean, Artemis may not be happy, but she will accept. She will accept the pull. Get in range.
So you move forward 5, which unfortunately I'm in the way. Can someone stand in the
No.
Okay, so it would have to be like right here. That's still better off than where you were before.
I mean, that's a move and boost on his turn. What do you mean?
Yeah, it is actually.
You're right.
So I can't move your token, Jeremy, but if you can move forward to where I'm pinging.
Just right next to you.
Yeah.
Just imagine the Chimera's moving mech and being like, "Come along, slowpoke," dragging Orion.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna dash forward 5 more boost. So that would be right. Oh, that's pretty good. So basically, just line up for attacking shit, and that will be my turn.
All right. Jeremy brings up a valid point, Todd, when he looked up the invisible stuff. Technically, the Firebreak Shield gives that guy the same bonus, so you would have had to roll 50-50 for your tech attack to hit, because it's still considered an attack. But we're going to assume you got that one correct, since I didn't catch it.
Okay. Good to know, though.
Yeah, cover, a tech attack ignore cover, but they do not ignore invisibility. It's basically
invisibility
what it is.
Or Firebreak Shield, which in the rules just say when an attack is made against the character. So that's all 3 types of attack.
Yeah. I assume that's like some sort of electronical distortion.
Yeah,
maybe.
That would make sense.
All right, let's get some more people moving along here. I'm going to activate the dust arm up above. The dust arm up above is just going to hunker down, and he is going to lay out a Firebreak Shield. He is going to move back. Oh, he would have had to do that in the other order. He moves back, then lays out a Firebreak Shield, because it needs to be touching him when he ends his turn. There we go.
All right.
That is his turn. Orion, you're up.
All right. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Let's see. I can move. All right. So I'm going to move, boost, overcharge, and boost. So I'm just going to kind of do it all in one action. Just to kind of get myself as far forward as possible.
Damn.
So I'm just going to just roll the overcharge here, take my 1 heat. So that'll put me at 1 out of 10.
Yeah, your mech, the Prometheus, is just like huffing and puffing. There's like steam coming out of joints. You are pushing it faster than it ever goes.
Yeah, it's just like, look, my movement is 3, while everyone else is like twice that. So with a move and double boost, I still only move 9.
That's still pretty
good.
All
right.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
All right. And that's it.
Now in range of things.
All right, that is all and everything there. The glint arm on the precipice is going to activate now. I will have to measure some distances. All right. Cool beans. It is going to just hunker in the space it's currently in and end its turn. The dust arm you attacked before, Todd,
Yes.
is going to activate. It's going to remove its Firebreak Shield. It gains how much heat for doing things?
Let me look at the text again. 2 heat for every space they voluntarily move.
2 heat per space moved. Okay, it can only move 2 spaces. So it's going to take 4 heat.
All right. It's at 6 heat total.
And then it explodes, right?
And then it's going to boost.
Oh.
Take another 4 heat.
Oof,
Take
so
8 heat total. It's not going to do that last move. It's just going to do the first two
Okay.
to be up to 6 heat.
But
So it
8
moved, and then
8
it's going to use Explosive Vent. The Pyro clears all heat as a full action. Characters in Burst 1 must pass an ability check, but there's no one around him, so he's just going to expunge all the heat he's built up from moving.
Cool.
And then at the end of his turn, he will set up a Firebreak Shield. Move forward, make a new shield. That's his want. And then that thing you put on him, it goes away after one go.
It does, yes. After the end of its next turn.
That is him. The Dust Arm up above is going to activate. Going to clear his Firebreak Shield. He is going to move and drop down to the area below, which is essentially a move and boost he's going to take there. Well, he's going to do that if he's going to. And then now that he's up against the wall here, he is going to draw a new line. It's his turn. The Glint Arm above is going to activate. He's going to use his 4 speed to get down below, behind the Firebreak the other guy made. He's going to stop there. And then your Oasis wall, Kestrel, just gives everyone cover?
Hard cover.
Hard cover. So that's nice. Okay.
That's very nice.
It's very nice.
He can move up to 4. And then he's going to boost to move again. And then he's going to use Flash Lens. Where he basically, there's a supercharged point at the end of his laser rifle that instead of charging and shooting a shot, he basically lets explode in a giant cone that just completely overwhelms all sensors in front of him. So that is a cone 5 area. That will hit Kestrel and Orion. I need both of you to make a system save or become jammed.
16.
All right. For the Prometheus, a 16 passes the save target. The Tweety Bird will fail. You are jammed until the start of the Scourer's next turn. Jammed. And that is his turn. Because he had to boost to get there, so he can't do anything else. That's the end of round 1.
So Kestrel's
Nice.
jammed until the end of the Glint Arms next turn?
Until the beginning of the Glint Arm's next turn.
Okay.
Once the Glint Arm begins its next turn, Kestrel is no longer jammed.
So we could just hold off on you going, Kestrel. So you
Yeah,
don't lose
that's fine.
action economy.
Yeah,
It's it's very interesting to see it on their turn, not ours.
Yeah. Usually it's just to like guarantee your next turn, but I guess this guy can kind of wait to make it take effect.
Of course, if there's like any utility stuff you want to do, like make another wall, like you can do that. Jam just prevents you from taking actions or taking reactions or talking to us.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
not taking
as far
action,
as I know,
making
I'm still
attacks.
hidden until my turn.
And you
technically.
you could still. Oh, you can't take tech actions. So I don't know how that limits you. Okay.
I assume that's right. You're hidden until the start of your next turn, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
They didn't successfully search for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
All right.
can't target you with anything, but they were able to lay an area over top of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The beginning of round 2, if you had not noticed, 4 interceptors have arrived.
Yes, they have. Wait. Yes.
On top of the base you are escaping from, 4 interceptors have arrived on the enemy team.
Well, shit.
Nice.
You're up.
May I take the first action?
By all means.
Cool. All right. I'm going to activate my core power. That I'm also going to, that's a protocol. I'm also going to activate my Asura class NHP, so I gain an additional 3 heat. It grants me another full action or quick action, or 2 quick actions. So I gain 3 heat. That puts me at 4. No, that's a 3 out of 10. That's 4 out of 10. There we go. I can do math. Math is optional. So since I activated my protocol, my ZF4 goes up to 4 charges. And since it's an ordnance weapon, it has to fire first. So I'm going to start this round with a barrage. Let's see here. All right, so as part of my barrage, since the ZF4 is a cannon, I will basically be doing a hop skip 1 space to the left, and then firing my ZF4 through both the glint arm and attempting to nuke the dust arm, essentially.
Oh, I like that a lot.
All right.
I guess I'll do 1 space downward, that way I hit both of them.
Yeah, as long as you don't end your turn inside the wall, you can move there.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Any character that would be involuntarily moved, you're voluntarily moving.
Yeah.
Inside the barrier.
All right. So, all right. How do is it Shift T to target multi-target, or is it?
I think, yeah, it's while holding down Shift, just T.
Yeah, there we
multiple
go.
People.
Got it. I was just pressing T, and it was just removing
so
one target.
You're drawing a line through those two. The group that came in on the east side of the 2. Yeah.
I was trying to get multiple because I can technically reach.
Yeah, wouldn't quite be a line, but you definitely get these 2 in a row.
Technically, I could hit both glint arms, but I'd have to go through the fire break shield either way.
And Kestrel.
Yeah, that's true. Kestrel dodge. All right, so we'll fire as the first part. Where is it? There it is. Let's see here.
So you'll have to roll the fire break shield against the dust arm.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just beat up the glint arm.
I am just making sure that where
and the dust arm also has light cover. Soft cover, that is.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that it rolls with. Okay, it does have accuracy built in. I just wanted to make sure. Armor. All right. Let's see if this rolls correctly. Nope, that's just the damage, not the attack roll. Sorry.
I do like how they do the damage roll now, though. That's cool looking.
It looks cool, yeah.
Let's see if this is weird. Oh, never mind. There we go. Accurate. You said the dust arm has soft cover?
Yeah, the dust arm has soft cover, and for the purposes of the shot, he essentially has invisibility because it's the same mischance invisibility gives.
Okay. I don't see an option to choose invisibility, so if
That's
it
fine.
doesn't appear on the roll, we'll roll it.
We'll just roll a d6 afterwards.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like I hit both. If I roll the
evasion, yeah, it would definitely hit because soft cover's only 2, right? 2 evasion.
Soft cover, I think I put it and it removed an accuracy.
Oh, right. It's the accuracy disaccuracy thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll roll a 1d6. I rolled a 6. I forget how invisibility works.
We'll look at it. It says it misses on a 4+ on a d6 is what the Firebreak Shield says. When attack is made against a character benefiting from the cover, it misses on a 4+ on a d6.
All right. Well, I roll the damage and it will only apply to the glint arm.
All right.
I guess I rolled the damage earlier. Do you want to take the damage from earlier?
Your earlier damage. Yeah, that's fine. So it'll do 15 damage to the glint arm.
Yep.
That's a lot of damage.
Is
46.
this armor piercing?
It's let me double check what my core power provides. I don't remember if that makes it armor piercing.
And what kind of damage is it?
It's energy.
Okay. So a couple of things come into effect.
Okay.
First, the glint arm has ablative shielding. It has resistance to energy damage.
Okay.
Secondly, it does have armor, so that will be taken into account as well.
Yeah. There's no armor piercing, it looks like.
Okay. So it's armor first and then halved. So he'll take 2 off of the damage, so 15 down to 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then half of 13 down to 7 because we round up in Lancer, right?
Yep.
All right. So he'll take 7 energy damage from that.
Okay. And then let me remove my targets here. We're going to be following up with the barrage with my soul pattern laser rifle. And we're going to just be targeting the glint arm, which I have targeted, so that should be good. I rolled a 16.
A 16 definitely hits. You take 1 heat for yourself.
Yep, it takes 4 energy and 1 burn, plus, since I am now at 5 heat, I am in the danger zone, so it takes an additional 1d6 and 2 heat. So let me roll that. 6. So it will take a total of 7 energy before.
Okay, so I'm gonna do them just a piece at a time. So 2 heat is not affected by anything else. It's just 2 heat, right? Yep. And then 4, 5, so 7 energy damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that will be brought down to 5 by the armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 because it's energy, right?
Yep.
So 3 damage from energy. And then he takes 1 burn on top of that. So 1 armor piercing damage immediately.
Yep.
And now he has burn 1. So there's the burn button. Oh, hey, there's a button next to burn now to make yourself roll a burn check.
Oh, I
nice.
like that.
So he has 1 burn now.
Cool. All right. I still have 2 actions.
He looks like he's off balance. You can tell that although he has ablative shielding and heavy armor, your attack was so focused and so powerful, you have knocked him off balance slightly. It looks reeling from the amount of damage it just took.
Okay, cool.
Can you
Let's
guys
see.
click the little power buttons next to your own characters on the combat tracker? Or do I just have to stay on top of that?
It looks like we can.
Looks like we can.
So
Yeah.
when you're done, Orion, if you could just try to click that gray power button when you're done.
Okay, sounds
Because
good.
I want to see if it works for you.
All right. Then we'll follow up with a skirmish with my prototype weapon. This is also everything I have is energy, so just keep that in mind, except for the assault rifle. So, I crit.
Holy shit.
So we'll roll that damage.
So you definitely hit.
Wow. Okay, so I take 3 heat from overkill.
Damn, a lot of heat.
Apparently, I rolled 1 3 times.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you would have had to get 3 heat from an overkill.
All right. So
What a-
I'm really
what a turn.
steaming. All right, so takes what, 1 damage? It looks like.
Yeah, so the 4 will be reduced to 2 and then halved to 1.
All right. All right. Let's see. What do I want to do with my other action?
You are in the middle of
I know.
Kestral's. Okay, Kestral's.
I
wall, yeah.
haven't actually used my movement yet.
Oh. Okay.
Let's see here. Hold on, there's something I want to see. Where's action economy? That doesn't really help. All right. Then I guess I'll move and boost since that's really all I can do. All right, I can move 6, so I'm just going to move and boost kind of just away from everybody.
How are you moving and boosting?
As part of my Asura protocol, I get either a full action or 2 quick actions, and I have not moved yet. My
Okay.
first movement was due to my cannon firing.
Yep.
So
you have 1 additional quick action laying around,
Yep.
basically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and the protocol doesn't bypass the duplicate action clause, so I couldn't barrage twice.
Sure.
I'm sorry, guys. That's all I could do.
Yep, that was a lot.
that is acceptable.
All right. I will activate on my side now. I'm going to activate the Northwestern Interceptor. The Northwestern Interceptor is going to fly over the base. And it is going to fire what you note as a barrage of missiles into the admin building that you all just recently left.
That's cheating.
Interesting.
As the admin building starts to crumble and bury itself, all of you feel the entire area around you shake like a horrible earthquake. It rips through the entire area, and it seems to coincide with the admin building collapsing. You watch as the admin building collapses, something rises up from the collapsing rubble.
Worm friend? Worm friend!
As a giant tentacle rips up from underneath the admin building, almost tearing up from the bottom the same rubble that is being destroyed by the Interceptor. As this happens, the continuing earthquakes do not cease, and you watch as behind you, entire factories and residential city blocks are also destroyed by giant tentacles rising up from the ground, grabbing them and pulling them underground as if a leviathan from the deep is tearing them under the ocean.
Wow.
Did you guys
This
actually
does
tell us
not
about the worm?
stop just in front of the city. Through this entire canyon, more tentacles rise up in the canyon and start tearing and ripping away at the ground.
Just from a quick glance at the one that's next to me, do these appear to have any of the biomechanical, like...
Yes.
Okay.
The answer is yes. You see them. You know what they look like, and you recognize them.
Okay.
As they erupt from the ground during this earthquake, Burrower is in effect. When the monstrosity emerges, all characters adjacent to it must succeed on a hull save or be knocked prone. So Chimera, if you could roll me a quick hull save. And also this dust arm is going to have to roll a hull save.
Sucks to be it.
No modifiers?
It's just a hull save.
21.
21. That will beat, I believe. Yeah. Barely.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Barely?
It saves really high.
What?
This is one creature, Charles. This is 6 tentacles from one creature.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Which, imagine the size of this creature then.
They released the Earth Kraken?
Yeah, essentially.
I hate this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, it has a save 15. So good luck with that in the future.
My modifier for hull is 5, so I might
you have
be okay.
even shot.
Good luck, everyone else.
So you are not knocked prone, but you do watch as a giant, like fucking apartment block sized tentacle rises out of the ground, tearing the earth asunder right in front of you, Chimera. Then I'm going to roll for this dust arm here. That is a hull save. He also successfully stays aloft.
Jackass.
But now I'm going to have to add the tentacles to the turn order. The Lithosphere Leviathan has been unleashed.
Nice.
Would you say that top tentacle has moved adjacent to my hologram?
I would say it has moved adjacent to your hologram, yes.
That thing blows up. I don't make the rules. It just happens. So it takes 1d6 damage on a agility save, half if saved.
It needs to make an agility save. Okay. It rolls a 23.
He'll take half.
Okay, he'll take half of 6 damage. He has 1 armor, but that's still the same amount because it would, yeah.
Yeah, and you can delete that hologram. I believe it is gone when it blows up. So
gotcha. All right, so he's gonna take 3 damage.
Energy, if that matters, but I doubt it.
I will double check. No. No, it doesn't. So, now I'm going to tell you a thing. The Lithosphere of Leviathan is one creature. Every tentacle gets its own action. It emerging was its action for the round. So
like all of their actions, you're saying?
The Lithosphere Leviathan, every tentacle gets its own action. All of those are used this round. When the round begins, all 6 tentacles activate at the same time. So when round 3 starts, all 6 tentacles will do something.
Okay.
But for this round, their action was they all emerge from the ground. But yeah, so now a giant tentacle monster is also destroying the base around you.
As a free action, I would just like in my cockpit to pull out the book, the biology book on Leviathan, and go,
Oh,
I knew I should have read this.
I will say that I don't think the tentacles. Oh, okay. Knock on wood. I don't think they're interested in the control point as they are just trying to fuck shit up. So maybe we should just not pick fights with them if we can avoid it.
I will also tell you each tentacle is its own creature in terms of each tentacle has its own HP.
Yeah.
When it tried to grab Chuck, it didn't take the 3 piercing, right? That's like only attacks or something?
That wasn't an attack. It's
It was
when
an
it
attack,
emerges,
yeah.
everyone around it needs to make a save or get knocked over.
Just like
Sure,
the
just
ground
making sure.
shaking.
Yeah, I was thinking it too.
One of these days, Chuck's mech is going to get stuck in whatever it's piercing, and he just won't be able to pull out the spike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, which one of you 3 wants to go?
Can I go?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, go for it.
You sound so excited to fight these tentacles.
I want to get away
Comet,
from the tentacle. But
Can you test for me? Can you hit the little power button next to your combat tracker to say you're activating your turn?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when you press it, it goes gray. That means you're in your turn. And then when you press it again while it's gray, it will go away to say you've ended your turn. So if you guys can like activate and then deactivate your turns, that'll be nice.
I will do so. So Comet will move next to Chimera. And
what you gonna do?
So I'm going to put lock on the glit arm down here.
You got it.
And I'm going to use I forgot. Before I do anything, it's time to use my core power. I think this is a go for broke kind of fight. So let's all activate our core power. So I will gain tactical simulation for the rest of the scene. That's the thing where like if an allied character gets attacked, I get to roll and see if it was a simulation or not. And they gain resistance to damage. So
as all these unexpected variables just start showing up everywhere, you're like, oh fuck.
So I've activated my prophetic interjection core power, and now I put lock on the glint arm, and I'll use my Bentham Foucault elimination talent to nominate an allied character adjacent to me. They may immediately use any quick action as a reaction, consuming your target's lock-on condition. Their action does not need to be an attack, but they benefit from consuming the lock-on condition if they do choose to attack. So you could take any quick action, Chimera.
Okay. I mean, I can't reach it on this turn. I mean, I can move toward its direction, but I won't be able to attack it as a result of this.
That's fine. If you want to use it to boost,
I am going to boost.
Do that.
I actually really wanted the boost, so that works out pretty well.
Perfect.
So I'm going to boost away from the worm.
Excuse me.
All right. You move in its threat range.
Right, but as part of Skirmisher, any reaction, the first attack as a reaction against you automatically misses.
Okay. This will be fun because the attack still happens. It just misses.
Okay. I'm fine.
So you'll get to see the attack.
Comet's just like, get the fuck out. Chimera's like, yes.
You don't need to tell me that. I love and hate these Cthulhu worms. Like, out of out of
that
character.
would
it's
have
awesome.
been his attack. As
Ooh.
Chimera, you shift out of the way. This giant tentacle slams down into the ground, literally knocking bits of rubble up and out as they like splash over Comet, like little tiny bits of rubble. You hear pinging on the outside of your mech as like tiny rocks like break against your mech. Almost like hail hitting the side of your mech as stones in front of you are turned into dust.
Well, and each rock that hits him takes 3 damage as well. We got to remember.
Yeah. Wait, this counts as an attack against me, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it makes the attack, it just misses.
Okay, it still gets poked. 3 armor piercing. Not that I think it makes a difference, but I mean...
Oh, it
I
makes
like
a
to think
difference.
that it cares
means...
so little about which one it's attacking. It's like, that one's spiky. I'll do this one instead.
Or that one just hurt me.
That's what I'm more worried about, honestly. But,
Look, there's 2 schools of thoughts, and you can either have the correct one, or, Chimera can die.
All right, Comet, you still have the rest of your turn.
Yes. Okay. So, so one other thing, that glint arm that consumes a lock on. He is, however, shredded due to my prophetic scanners.
Nice.
Until the end of its next turn. Okay, so I'm going to use another. I'm going to invade that glint arm now, and I'm going to try to. Let me target him. And I'm going to try eject power cores. And let's roll that up. He's not invisible or anything. No, that was the fire break shield that caused that. Okay, cool. So I rolled a 17.
That'll
against
hit.
The glint arm. He becomes jammed until the end of his next turn. Characters adjacent take 2 energy damage, but there's no one adjacent. And also he takes 2 heat.
All right, 2 heat for Mr. Glintarm.
And let me think. Was there one other thing I was doing? I don't think so. So I will end my turn.
All right. Back to the other team. That's jammed till the end of his turn, right?
Yeah. So I guess he has 2 activations, so that effectively, ruins one of his activations. Oh, I untarget. Oh, never mind. I figured it out.
All right. I'm going to activate the jammed glint arm. And he is going to move. And Jam says, can't make attacks other than improvised attack, grapple, and ram. Okay.
Can't take tech actions either.
Well, he's going to round around. He's going to move and boost to try and run away past this tentacle.
Coward.
He can't hear you. He's jammed. His comms don't work, Chuck.
I mean, you're right.
Your insult falls on deaf ears.
I don't care. It's still true.
All right. And by the end of that, he will no longer be jammed and he will no longer be shredded.
All right. That's his turn. Kestrel and Chimera. Oh, wait. He has burn.
Roll an engineering save, otherwise he
Burn
takes
cleared.
the burn.
Oh.
So if you put burn on your character sheet, when you end your turn, it will now remind you to roll burn.
I like that a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll appear in the chat window. It'll be like the little pop up will appear and be like roll burn, and you just have to click the button and it'll do it for you. All right, Kestrel, Chimera, you're up. By the way, Kestrel, you're no longer jammed because he just acted.
Yeah, I'm still going to wait a turn if you can go, Chimera.
Yeah, actually, real quick, I get the arms mixed up. The dust arm, their shield, it's what, a 50-50 shot of landing an attack on them?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do a thing. We'll see if it pays off. Chimera's gonna move forward up to the shield. The firebreak shield, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to grab a grapple arm and try to pull it through the shield. So I think it's a hull save. It's been a while since I've used this thing. Agility save. But I think, do we do the check to see if it even hits first?
It's not an attack, is it?
So hold on. So firstly, Chimera, you're targeting who? The dust arm?
The dust arm next to the worm.
Okay. And you're trying to pull him through the firebreak shield.
Away from the worm.
Okay.
That's true. This is technically not an attack.
It's a skill save, so I don't think the firebreak shield protects unless it says otherwise. Skill check. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay. Yeah, this won't trigger the tentacle if that's what you're trying to do because it's force movement. He has to start movement within threat.
Yeah.
You're moving him, which is a little bit different. But yeah, you can absolutely pull him through.
Okay, then he needs to make an agility save that beats 14.
Can you post the thing? Does your ability have like a clicky?
It does, and I just forgot. Give me a sec. I should be posting, you're right.
Yep.
Where is it?
Cool beans. Ferris Lash. Agility save. 14.
If it just hits, I think that's the save, I think.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Meets beats.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So he's still there, and then let me think what I want to do now.
Remember to start your turn when you start your turn.
Right. Let me do that.
I did it for you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, that didn't pan off, so I'm just going to.
It should also give you like a little toolbar while your turn started that you can actually use to keep track of your quick actions and full actions and protocols and moves and stuff.
Oh, you're
right. While
yeah.
your turn is active, that little bar fills out if you want to use that.
Okay, so I did my movement, and then this was a quick action to use the. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's graying out stuff as I do it. That's cool.
All right, whatever you don't want to do, Chuck.
Okay, then I'm just gonna give up on him, and then I'm gonna go toward the glint arm. So I'm just gonna boost around the shield. So I will move to the right and keep on moving.
Sounds good.
That is me, and then I will press the. Oh yeah, I should do this. And click this, and okay, it says my turn's over.
Cool beans. All right. I am going to reactivate that glint arm. It's going to move. What's its range? Pretty good, right? It has not moved since the end of its last turn. It clears all heat. So you watch as the glint arm's heat just kind of like vents out of it as it starts its turn. It looks like it got its flash lens back if it wants that. That's nice. That's nice for him. He's going to move back into the player objective zone. And then he's going to target you, Chimera. There we go. I don't know why my targeting button wasn't working. And he is going to fire at you with his thermal lance. As you watch, he brings to bear a giant laser like minigun that he has. You see it charge up, and it's very much like seeing Orion's lasers charge up. It unleashes just a horrifying laser that seems to be trying to almost burrow into you. Do you have anything like a soft cover or anything? I believe you've attacked, so I think your skirmisher and stuff is down, right? Or moved. How does it work? I forget.
So a skill check.
Your moves.
You're right. If I don't attack, wait. Yeah, I forced the character to make a save, so skirmisher is not in effect. So this is just a regular attack.
So no cover. Got it.
Correct.
All right, that's going to be a 13 versus your evasion.
Let's see. My evasion is 10, so it hits.
Okay, should be a hit, and then it is going to do 8 energy damage.
Is that armor piercing?
Nope.
Okay, then it does. What is my armor nowadays? 2. So that takes 6 damage.
6 energy damage then.
Yes.
And he takes 4 heat himself, which I already did. That is his turn. Kestrel,
that
you're
means
up.
It's me. Go ahead and delete the old Oasis wall, if you would not mind, sir.
You got it.
And then I have new tasks for you, which is another Oasis wall. As it is going to go, well, let's do the
let's do it as 2 walls. So it's going to be there to there. I keep drawing it where it gets too fat. Let me draw it from the edge of the thing. There.
All right. Independent movement, so there's a thing there. And then yeah, just gonna move here for the rest of it.
Bam.
And then a new thing there. It's not fancy, but it is what it is. Let's hide again.
All right. You are definitely mostly out of sight of most things. So I started your turn for you. Anything else, Kestrel?
Yeah, no, that's it. I'm assuming the tentacles don't have eyes per se, and I'm invisible for everything else, but
yeah,
I don't know about the interceptors.
You don't know how the tentacles know where things are, but you don't see any eyes on them.
Sure. If it matters, I would be hovering off the ground slightly.
Good to know.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, click your power button on the combat tracker to end your turn.
Oh, right. I keep closing it because that tracker's so huge. Blocks the screen. There we go. It should be done
now. I'm going to now activate. I'm just going to burn through the remainder of these guys. First, I'm going to activate I'm going to activate the dust arm that is next to a tentacly boy. And he's going to use a full action to disengage. Until the end of your current turn, you ignore engagement, and your movement does not provoke reactions. So he's just getting his movement. So he's going to move 2 to get out of the tentacle. That's his 1 turn. Then I'm going to activate him again. He's going to move 2. And now he has range on things. He is going to... Yeah. He is going to try to flamethrower the tentacle.
Interesting.
So the tentacle has no cover. It is a cone, 5. He's going to cover the area with flame. He crits on the tentacle. He takes 4 heat himself. And the tentacle will take 4 burn. So 4 damage and 4 burn.
At least we know they hate it as much as we do.
Yeah, you don't know what their reactions are because you don't have an active communication line with them right now. And then quick action. No, not going to do that. But he is going to place his firebreak shield. Because he sees a lot of things that direction that he doesn't like. And the shield goes away. The other glint arm is going to act. I can move 4, so it's going to move and boost. Yeah, it's going to move and boost to get here, to the edge of the objective zone. It is going to do some co-op focus fire firing on Chimera. Why can't untarget you, target you? There we go. All right, so the glint arm has moved. It is now going to fire on you with its thermal lance. Uh, 23 to crit.
Oh my god.
Luckily
Okay.
for you, it does no extra damage on a crit, but it does do the 8 energy damage.
Okay, so that's 6 again. I am down to 1 HP. I should probably do something about that.
Now I'm going to activate him again. I'm going to use the cooling module effect at the start of his turn. He clears all heat if he hasn't moved. So he goes back down to 0 heat. And he is going to thermal lance you again. That's a 14 for another hit.
That would be a hit. Well, I don't have to worry about recovering my health anymore because I destructured.
And that's not all.
Oh, wait, there's more?
You didn't get to see what these guys do last time. He activates Focus Down. When the Scourer hits a target that's been hit by the thermal lance already, if you were hit by it in its previous round, you take additional burn on top of it.
Yeah,
It's
that sounds about right.
It's previous round. My previous round. Okay.
Actually, no. It doesn't say turn. You might be right. I think it needs to hit you at 2 rounds in a row based on the wording of this.
That was my initial.
When the scour hits with a thermal lance, targets take extra burn if they were also successfully hit with a thermal lance in the previous round. This is not a different round. So even though it hit you twice with the thermal lance, I'm not going to apply the additional burn.
Thank God. I don't want
but you
burn.
will take an additional 8 energy damage.
Okay. I structure, so let me find the button for that in the UI. Well, I guess I could just go down to 0 and automatic react, right? Yeah. Nope. Structure. System trauma. Roll a d6.
If you click that button, I think it'll roll it for you. The tear off button.
Yeah. A system of your choice is destroyed, which honestly is probably the best outcome.
Instead of losing a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. Definitely not losing to Ferris Lash. I don't think I need the jump jet boots. I mean, we'll see when I'm wrong in a bit, but let me do that.
I bet their focus down ability is worded this way specifically so elites can't just hit you twice in a row.
Yeah, I can see that being easily abused.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But Chimera, you noted the issue, which is as it's shooting you, you could feel it burrowing into you. You think that if it keeps that focused laser on you, it will burn away your armor. So I'm just going to give you what the other effect would have been, which is characters who are affected by focus down also become shredded and slowed until the end of their next turn.
Oh, I hate that.
If they just keep, they basically are shooting you with like proton packs, right? They kind of have the Ghostbuster proton packs aimed at you. As long as they keep them focused on you, it will do more and more bad things the longer they're focused on one target.
Okay. Good to know.
All right, I'm going to activate the Dust Arm now. The Dust Arm gets to take his 2 turns. I won't bother drawing the line. Just know that he is drawing the line in between the 2 of these. So he's going to move and then boost to get 4 total. And then that's his 1 turn. And then he's going to activate again. He's going to move and then boost to get between these 2. And then he's going to draw his Firebreak Shield. And then all the interceptors activate. I'll just click through all of them because I know which ones haven't moved. They weren't expecting Tentacle Monster, so I think they're going to start shooting it. You see a King Kong-like movie happening in the background as you guys are fighting to the south, as a bunch of interceptors are now flying around these tentacles, destroying this factory town and shooting it with missiles.
Hey, we wanted to destroy the factory, not you. Get away.
That's a miss.
I really don't care. They can destroy it. I'm fine with that.
They're stealing our kill.
This one will try his missile launcher and hit. That will hit one of the Leviathans for 6 damage. So 5. And then the one to the northest, eastest. Target the northern one. Some more missiles. That's a hit. For another 5 damage. Oh, that's the one that got hit by your exploding thing, too. So that one's a little bit more damage than the other tentacle. All right, round 3. The first thing that happens is all the tentacles have to do a thing. The tentacles have Burrower, which means as a quick action, they can burrow into the ground. While burrowed, it counts as invisible and can freely move through spaces occupied by other characters, free of obstructions. It can move, boost, or emerge into a free space. When a monstrosity emerges, all characters must succeed on a thingy-dingy. So the northern ones are going to do that. It's going to quick action burrow. Then it is going to move. And then it is going to quick action emerge. It can emerge as a free quick action. Okay, so is burrowing a quick action as well? Yes. It tries to smack the interceptor out of the air, but it is these interceptors, by the way, were doing a bombing run on the town, so they're only like 3 up on every space they're on. So they are within range, but when it emerges, it's still not high enough to mess with that interceptor. This one is going to just move. When you see these things move, it tears all the ground up in between where they started and where they end. Just like churning the wall and the various things around it. It is going to reach up at the interceptor and attack it. It is going to do its move from Grasping Claws, which is a grapple and claw attack. And it also gets accuracy to grapple and accuracy against targets grappled by it. So it's going to try and grab the plane out of the air. It succeeds. So you watch it reach up and grab that interceptor like out of the sky. And then it has additional accuracy on the attack because it is grabbed. It rolls a 30. Total as a crit and does 12 damage, crushing the interceptor. That interceptor is just gone. You watch it explode in the giant tentacle's grasp and it disappears. This southern one is going to move through the ground as well and try this thing on this interceptor. So grapple. Boop. Crit on the grapple. Crit. And then gets an additional accurate on its attack. Oh, it should actually have 3 accuracy on its grapple. Sorry, but it doesn't matter because it's killing these guys anyway. Yeah, that's another interceptor destroyed.
Nice.
All right, now to determine what these southern ones do.
Nothing.
I harbor no ill will towards these guys.
Hey, Jay, what happens when things move past your explosive holograms?
If anything moves into it or they appear in a square adjacent to it, it will explode.
Interesting.
If it's burrowing?
Oh, it's not burrowing. It's ripping along the ground. It's using its normal move.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then, I mean, if it passes by it, it would just explode.
That one will explode. The northeasternest one.
Two damage.
All right, so it'll take 1 damage from that explosion.
Well, if it rolled, did it get an agility? I mean, it could take 2.
Yeah, I mean it'll take 1 damage no matter what, because it'll...
Okay.
Yeah, because it'll always take at least 1 damage, even if it halves and stuff.
Yeah, and it has armor, right?
Yeah, it has armor.
Yeah, okay.
So it's going to move and then boost, which is good news for you, Chimera, which means it can't both grapple and claw you.
I'm okay with that.
But it is going to grapple you. It's going to try and grab you with its tentacles.
Is it another hull save?
No. This is just a grapple. It has 3 accuracy on this because of its grasping claws ability. 27.
I gotta check.
Well, you don't make it. Oh yeah, check your evasion. Might as well.
Yeah, make sure
Your
your
evasion
evasion
check.
Yeah, I think
is below 27.
27 gets my evasion. It will take 3 armor piercing at some point. Oh, and I get resistance because it's point blank.
What do you mean resist it?
So my core power, I get resistance to all damage originating.
There's no
within range of
damage.
3.
You're grappled.
Oh,
it
so
grabbed you.
On the tooltip, there's a button for roll damage, so I just assumed there was damage involved.
No, this is just a grab. If I hit roll damage, nothing happens. It says no damage configured, skipping the roll when I try to click it. Yeah,
fine.
it is just a grapple. It has grabbed you.
Okay.
We don't have a. I don't think we have a symbol for grappled. Of the symbols added
weird.
in this
We don't.
thing.
Huh.
That doesn't
I'll
mean
have
the
to go
damage
in
isn't
and add.
coming.
I'll have to go in and add more symbols.
You could just do a colored dot, I guess.
I'm gonna put tier 1 on you because we're not
All right.
using that for anything else.
Fair enough.
Actually, no. I'm gonna put tier 3 on you because the monstrosity is a tier 3 creature. Yeah, that's its turn. It grappled you. This one, down to the south, did just get flamethrowered. So it's going to slide past the fire. It seems to not care about the fire break shield. It slides through it like it isn't there.
Does it take damage?
No. If you move through the fire break shield without stopping in it, you don't take damage.
Gotcha.
Even you guys, you could run through these. But it still has its full complement of action, so it's going to target this Dust Arm. And it is going to grapple. It'll hit with a 16 versus its evasion, which gives it an extra accuracy on its claw attack, which is really just it crushing it with its giant tentacle. It'll crit for a 30 total, doing 12 kinetic damage. The enemy does have a significant amount of armor, but that does look like it really fucked up the Dust Arm.
$12 damage does that to a person.
And then this one up to the left only has one thing near it, so it is going to grasp at it blindly. Orion.
Okay. Well, can it roll lower than a 7?
Well, we're gonna do a grapple first. 25. How's a 25?
I mean, are we reversing it where high rolls are bad and low rolls are good?
Yeah, sure.
And I
that's
think
great
it grapples
news.
For
me.
some reason, it works that way with invisibility and the firewall. I don't know why a high roll is. I guess it's because it's rolling high for the person who's using the invisibility, but yeah, I don't know. So
right.
it'll get an additional accuracy on its attack, 30 versus your evasion.
I mean, sure.
All right. That will be 12 blah, blah, blah damage. Whatever, kinetic. That's the word I was looking for.
What do I want? I mean, what's my health? I'm at what, like 18, I think. I mean, I'll take 11 because I have 1 armor, so I'll just take the damage this round. So that puts me down to 7 health.
All right. That is all the Leviathans acting at the beginning of the round. You guys go first. You're on round 3.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I would really like to go first.
What do you think?
Please, by all means.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
by the
first
way,
of all,
Bob,
I
you
wanna
can delete that one hologram. It did blow up.
Oh, it did blow
by
up.
the thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You also deleted Chimera?
Oh,
Oh yeah, let
So
me put Chimera back out there.
So long,
Really
world.
just doing it a turn or two early is all, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, I'm back.
That was the hex you were in, right?
He was on the one to the left of that.
Yeah, go one more over. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so Chuck, first of all, I just want to get in line of sight of you so I can use my tactical simulation.
Yeah, I'd like
have
to
a
get out.
question.
Uh-huh.
Would I be affected by the tactical simulation when I got attacked?
Yeah,
No,
Comet, could
because
you have used the
it's
tac
only-
sim on the tentacle?
Only if they take damage.
Oh.
I took
Yeah.
okay.
You took damage.
I took damage.
I
I took
didn't
11
take
damage to the face.
From the
I thought the grapple didn't hit.
Orion got
damage.
grappled then crushed as two separate moves.
I missed that part.
Yeah, if you
Sorry.
roll back up, it's the claws ability.
It is
Okay,
what
well,
it is. I'll take it
And
for this round. Just keep in mind.
I will let you
Yeah.
use it. If you were a valid target for it, you should be able to use it.
The one thing though is I can only use it once per round.
Okay. If you want to
But
keep
that
it for a
was-
different
wait.
thing, you can.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's still the same round.
Wait,
so
is
yeah.
that true? Is that true? Because you can't use the same reaction twice in a round.
As
that right?
I think that is correct.
Reactions. With some exceptions that will specify, each reaction is limited to once per round. So does your core power give a what does your core power say?
It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, so it would. This is one round. These tentacles
Yeah.
activate at the beginning of the round, so it would be this round.
Okay.
Okay, so I do want to save that for Chuck because I feel like he's got 3 guys and a tentacle teaming up on him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna ask if you don't mind.
So let me move. Oh, geez, can I even move within line of sight? I'm gonna have to boost. So let me move. I'll move here, and then I'm gonna boost. Boy.
I mean, line of sight is pretty much like what, like anything from like here beyond. It looks
Yeah.
like.
And then there's that other tentacle, which is making things a little complicated. Trying to figure out.
I didn't add the tentacles to uncomplicate this encounter.
That's true. Okay, I'm gonna have to move there for my boost.
You can move through the Oasis shield. Just saying.
I know, but I still want to benefit from its hard cover.
Should be able to move.
Interestingly, it says you need to be adjacent to it, not behind it, to get hard cover. So you could be adjacent on the other side
Oh,
and
really?
still have hard
Is
cover.
that-
That's the wording of the ability.
Yeah. So you could.
We
move
don't
like
have to
here
play it that
or
way
here.
because it seems a little weird, but maybe I figure it's really bright or something. I think
the idea that it grants hard cover to adjacent characters, it should be in the same way that mountains grant hard cover to something adjacent to it. Like it still
Sure.
needs to, in my reading, it still needs to be cover to provide cover.
like be on the other side. Sure,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because that's how I
So-
would also word like a stone wall is like you need to be adjacent to it to get hard cover from the stone wall because that's how
Sure.
cover works in the system.
Okay, so I like where I am then.
Okay.
If we find out there's a reason it should be otherwise, we can absolutely switch it back, but let's play with that for now.
And
One
I'm not
other
really
thing-
concerned with it. It's still a very good ability despite that. So.
Totally.
One other thing, the fire break shield doesn't grant invisibility. That's its own thing where you
Firebreak
roll.
has its own ability, which is worded the same way as invisibility, but is not invisibility.
Yeah, so something that takes away invisibility is not going to work.
These guys are not invisible.
Shield.
Technically, if they were invisible behind a Firebreak shield, I would make you roll twice to hit them.
It does say it doesn't stack with invisibility.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's a sub thing of the ability then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is not invisibility for the purposes of interacting with it.
That makes sense. Okay. And then this dust arm, was he the one that was like up here?
No. Okay, it was a glint arm that was up there.
I haven't used jammed on him yet.
Yeah, I think the left glint arm is the one that was up there.
That is correct. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to use jammed on, or what's it called? Blah 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 blah. Eject power cores, which jams him. So
now we did determine that since tech attacks are an attack and you're shooting through the firewall, you will have to roll the miss chance.
Yeah, so I'll just click invisibility. So
yep, that makes sense.
Okay. I miss, I think, due to
it was the invisibility. Yep. You rolled a tails on the 1D coin.
Yeah.
I'm going to
it'd be a shame if someone was trying to mass produce these for like a war or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it would be.
I agree.
Would be
just as long as I'm not present on that battlefield. Oh wait.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be it for me.
So I'm still stuck in Tentacles Lane.
If you could activate and then deactivate COMET.
Oh yeah. Doop. Whoop. Doop.
All right. Now let's do this. This southern glint arm is going to pop out around the Firebreak shield for 3 of its 4 movement, and it's going to target Chimera.
Okay. All right.
It is going to fire its thermal lance at you.
This time I will get burned if it hits.
Yes. It started its turn having not moved in between rounds, so it will go back down to 0 heat. 15 versus evasion.
Hey, Chimera. I used tactical simulation.
Thank God.
So, you could still roll the damage though.
Okay.
Because technically it doesn't activate until.
Yeah, I'll show you all the things it does. So technically it does that thermal lance's damage. Plus it also does focus down, which would give you an additional 7 burn. And then it would also do supercharged, which if you are affected by focus down, you also become shredded and slowed.
Okay,
wait,
so
it be 7 burn? Wouldn't it be 5?
No, 7 because they're tier 2. That's why it says 5, 7, 8.
Oh, I thought that was for like the number of times it hits.
No,
but okay.
No. That's tier. That's if you guys don't look at monster entries very much, but whenever an enemy has tiers, like it does this much damage at this tier and this much damage at that tier. That's how it's formatted.
That makes sense. Okay.
It does 7 burn as a tier 2 enemy.
So unfortunately, I can't stop you from getting burned. But you should gain resistance to all damage dealt if I roll right. Which I think it would include the burn.
If it's resistance to all damage, I think burn is part of all damage, but it's not. Yeah. It's not considered energy, kinetic, or explosive. So as long as it says all damage, then yes, I believe it would affect that.
Okay. Weird. I can't click on the maybe because it's not my turn. I can't click on it and I can't copy and paste. So
Tactical
I'll just
sim,
tell you what
is
happens.
that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just roll your
tactical sim.
d6, and then we'll say what happens. All right.
All right. On a 4+, the attack was actually a simulation predicted by your processor. Your ally gains resistance to all damage dealt by the attack and may teleport up to 3 spaces representing their true location. So if he can teleport, does that mean he can get out of his grapple?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Teleporting
that's
eliminates
what I was hoping
grappling.
for. Yeah.
Thank you, Todd. You are my hero. You are the MVP. I'm going to teleport to the left.
Go for it. And then we'll resolve the damage. So you'll gain resistance to all damage, but armor applies first. Hold on. Let me read it, because you are going to get shredded, but I think that happens after you're hurt. Characters affected by focus down are also shredded and slowed until the end of their next turn. On a scale of 1 to 10, how mean should I interpret this roll?
You should interpret it honestly.
I would go with your first impression, like how you
Because
read it initially.
the way it's written is you are affected by focus down as part of the attack. So I think you're also shredded as part of the attack, which would mean to me that you don't get armor from this. Unless someone has a convincing argument otherwise.
Is this the one that the simulation was happening to?
Yeah.
But, like, isn't the idea that the simulation was, like, the main attack? I don't know. I was, like, half paying attention, so I'm like...
It doesn't stop the attack. It only gives...
Like, resistance to it?
Resistance
to damage. But isn't resisted destroyed by shredded?
Yep.
Oh.
Shredded takes away armor and resistance.
Yeah,
oh, I see what you're
true.
saying.
I'm going to say,
Okay,
here's my interpretation. Because you are hit by this very hard hit, is burned away your armor. So the shredded will start after the attack resolves. So it's like the first attack starts hurting you. The second attack hurts you really hard and burns away your armor, so that attacks after that don't have to deal with your armor anymore. So I'm going to let you have your armor and resistance on this. And that is how we will roll it when something is worded this way.
Okay.
Is that if an attack applies like shredded, you don't get shredded on that ability. It shreds you for the future.
Okay.
Yeah, after the damage.
Because we need to roll it consistently across things.
Yeah.
All
Makes
right.
sense to me.
Is there any details on how the clear is shredded, or is it just something I have to deal with?
Oh, yeah. No, it says until the end of your next turn.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
You will act, and then once your turn is over, you're no longer shredded.
If I may, can I please go next?
Maybe. But first, let's do all your damage. So first, armor. So your armor will take the 8 down to 6.
Sure.
And then you have resistance. So you will take 4 energy damage.
Okay.
Or 3 energy damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you will take 7 burn, which is halved to 4 burn.
So that's 7 damage, right? Total?
So 7 damage total, and then add 4 burn to your character sheet.
Okay. And I will need to clear that burn.
That would benefit you if you could clear that.
Is that a end of
your turn?
It'll do it automatically.
Save.
That's why you need to add these things to your sheet.
Sure.
Yeah. When you deactivate your character, it will tell you to roll your burn check.
Gotcha.
Or optionally, when you stabilize, clearing burn is something that you can do.
That's a thing you can spend your stabilization on. And then he is going to boost to get back behind the firebreak shield. Kestrel or Orion?
Not me?
Oh, you need to be re-added to the thing because I deleted you during the thing. So Kestrel, Chimera, or Orion?
Do you mind?
You can go first, Orion. That's fine.
Wait, what? No. Please no.
Orion, you are tier 3 grappled though, so I put that.
If you don't want to, I can. By the way, Jeremy,
I mean, I'm sure. I can't tell if this is a joke or not.
Let's have KESTRAL, then Orion go. And then I'll activate
if
again.
that's the order you want to do it in, that's fine. I'll do that.
All right.
Go,
We'll let our
Chuck.
imaginary companion activate. Okay.
I'm gonna activate, please.
I think Artemis gets to activate.
All right. Oh, I forgot. Artemis was controlling that. We're controlling that chimera mech, right?
Yeah.
All right, click your power button, Chuck.
I wouldn't be surprised if Diltep activated at some point.
Diltep and the mad scientist activates
Yeah.
to admire his horrible creation.
I could see him doing that. All right, I'm going to use Fair Slash on the damaged glint arm. So this one, he is within range. So I'm going to pull him toward me. This will be a, I think it's an agility save, so he might be good at this.
Rolls a 10.
Sorry, I should have clicked the button first, but that will fail. I was just looking forward when you yeah, so that will fail. So I'll pull him toward me.
All right, where's his end space?
Right here.
You got it? As you whip your Ferris lash behind the flaming wall and tear the glint arm through it to face you.
Present him as a gift to the tentacle.
Yeah. I thought about throwing him toward the tentacle, but I chose not to. Oh, actually, you know what? I just screwed up my action economy. Is it alright if I overcharge first just to do a that way I have a full round action available to me?
You're going to do what for the what?
I want to overcharge first, so I have a quick action available.
Overcharge first. Okay, so you're overcharging to do the Ferris Slash.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I can let you do it as an overcharge.
Oh,
That's
right.
cool with
Because
me.
your drill takes a full action to attack, right?
I realized it after I did. I'm like, wait, no, I did that wrong. So, yeah, that way I can do a drill immediately.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
So I go on heat, and then I am just having a terrible time with the menus today. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just being dumb.
Hey, Chuck.
Yes.
I see you pull this guy towards you, and I radio you, and I'm like, use your drill to end him. And now you have a leadership die.
Okay, cool. What's that, like an accuracy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can spend it on accuracy or to add to damage.
Yeah, you can add to damage as well.
So if you're confident you're going to hit, you could add it to damage to really like drive him home if you want.
I think I already get 2 accuracy on this attack already, so I might use it for damage.
That works.
Let me just double check. Yeah, I already have 2 accuracy, so I'm going to use it for damage. Because it's the first attack of the round for me, and then also this guy has a mod.
Yeah, if you deal damage, you can roll 1d6 bonus damage.
Okay.
So you either get to roll that die as an accuracy or roll it as a damage.
I'm going to roll it as a damage, so I'm going to have 2 accuracy on this attack.
You also don't have to make your choice until you see the damage, I don't think. So
that's true.
Right, yeah.
17.
Because you can hold on to it and then later use it to reduce damage.
A 17 will definitely hit.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use it for damage then. So let me roll the regular damage first. Oh wow, yeah, the new.
There's an option down there. I think you can add the damage there if you want in the little pop-up that it gives you when you hit roll damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do bonus damage. It says to apply an effect. I don't think it really has an effect.
No, you can. What I'm saying is, in that roll, there should be a space where you can add a d6 to the damage somewhere.
I do, but it immediately tells me to assign a type to it.
Oh yeah, but the damage type. So is this kinetic, or what kind of damage does your drill do?
It does kinetic and energy. I feel like kinetic might be the better of the two because I think these guys have some sort of energy plating.
What is the main damage of it?
Kinetic?
Yeah, I would probably add it to kinetic.
Okay.
It's armor piercing anyway, so it's gonna hit.
It's kind of moot. Okay, here we go.
And you're right, he does have ablative shield, so the energy damage would get reduced.
I got an overkill, so that's a total of 19 damage.
And you take one heat.
Yeah, so I'll be at 2 heat now.
Well, okay. That structures him.
Better. Oh, yeah, this thing automatically adds it. That's really nice. I'm used to having to do this myself.
I don't think NPCs have a structure button, so I'm going to have to just roll it myself. Structure. It'd be nice if NPCs had a structure button. Okay. Well,
maybe it'll come in the future.
Here.
I mean, if it's too complicated to structure,
I could just
instead.
destroy him. You're right. That's just as easy, right?
Whatever's easy for you.
Throwing out ideas.
All right, structure damage. Roll 1d6. 5. Glancing below, emergency systems kick in and stabilize his mech. However, he is impaired until the end of his next turn.
Very nice. Okay, that is me. And then I'm going to so when I click the power button, it'll prompt me for burn. Is that how that works?
Yeah, it should. If it didn't prompt you, it did prompt me. So it might make me roll it for you.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. Burn cleared.
Hooray.
It put your fate in the GM's hands.
I mean, it usually is, but that's me.
All right. Let's get back to it.
And I clear my shredded, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I just did it.
I'm going to activate the glint arm that's on you, Chuck. He's going to, as a full round action, disengage. And he's going to move his 4. That's him. Kestrel or Orion?
It doesn't matter. What do you want to do, Jay?
You go ahead. I like seeing what happens. I'm not in any kind of danger. I am not participating in this fight, apparently, so...
Okay.
So you get yourself out of that if you can.
Yeah, I think I can. There's just something that I am checking. Talents, that's what it's under.
While you are doing that, I'm just going to point out I do have 4 heat and had just forgotten to mention it earlier, so I'm just updating it now. I'm at 4 out of 5. It hasn't mattered at the moment, but so you know.
That's from the activating the thingy.
Oasis wall twice. Yeah, that gives me 2 heat each time. But it's in there now, just so you know.
Just to clarify, Bob, so this is the actual how my talent works. If I fire a cannon, would I be ungrappled since I'm forcefully moving myself out?
Pushed one space. So there's a difference between spush and teleport, and I'm going to look that up. I think that it might release you, but I'm going to double check. All right, grapple. When you grapple, you try to grab, blah, blah, blah. Both characters become engaged. Neither character can boost or take reactions for the duration of the grapple. We might have done some of that wrong, but keep that in mind. Neither character can boost or take reactions while the grapple is occurring. The smaller character becomes immobilized, but moves when the larger party moves, mirroring their movements. A grapple ends when either character breaks adjacencies, such as if they are knocked back by another effect.
Okay, so this would literally just be me firing a cannon with such force that it breaks the grapple.
That's correct.
Okay. I don't think that we broke the reaction rule since it was Todd's reaction and not Chuck's.
That makes
specifically
sense.
for that.
Yeah.
For that.
Right. Yeah.
All right. In that case, let's see here. I will activate. I am going to start by stabilizing, and I'm actually going to cool my mech. So wait, remove it. Okay, there we go. I don't really have anything else to clear. Well, I guess I'll just click clear own condition. No, I guess it just says reload. Okay, cool. It resets my heat to 0. And as part of that, my ZF4 will gain 2 charges. So let me go, because of my core power, I gain additional charges when I stabilize or hit max stress, heat, whatever. So let me put that in there. 0 out of 10 heat. Stabilize. As part of my mech's passive, when I stabilize and clear my heat, I gain soft cover until the start of my next turn. So we will do that. Which one of these is probably this? There we go. Okay. Then I will overcharge to gain some heat. So this will be D3. But since I started the turn with in the danger zone, I have resistance to all heat for this round. So I'll have resistance to this overcharge.
Got it.
Well, okay, I rolled a 1, so
so 1 regardless.
Yeah. So +1 heat. Heat. So that gives me 1 out of 10. Then I am going to fire a cannon to get myself out of here. And let's see. You know what? We're just going to target the worm since he happens to be there. Since the movement happens before the actual attack, I will not be engaged when the attack happens, so I won't get the difficulty.
Yeah, go ahead and move yourself to your new space.
Yeah. That is a measuring tool, not the movement tool. And we will fire the heavy pattern laser rifle. All right. 15.
15 hits.
So I take 3 damage, but I have resistance, so that takes, or not 3 damage, 3 heat, but I have resistance, so I have 2 heat. Take 2 heat, so that puts me back at 3. And I will roll the damage. He takes a lot.
What's the 1d6 come from?
I think. Ignore that. That's part of my nuclear cavalier, but I'm no longer in the danger zone.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so it's still the energy and the burn?
Actually, that's my my mod. I have a mod on this weapon that gives it 1d6, the overpowered caliber. I'm sorry. So it takes 5, 3, and 4.
What's the burn come from?
That's part of the weapon. It does 3 burn as part of the attack.
All right, cool beans.
2d6, 3 burn, and then the 1d6 is the overpowered caliber.
All right, so it has 1 armor, so that will be 8 energy and 3 burn, I believe?
Yep.
All right, so 8 energy damage, and then 3 burn. And then add 3 burn onto it. You blast this giant tentacle, and you watch as you rip out of its arms, out of its winding coils with the force of your blast, as it pierces through one side of it and out the other side of it. You do not seem to have impeded the tentacle's ability to move, but you can tell that it slams backwards against the ground and almost like an injured snake coils up on itself and then has to put effort into extending back out to its full length.
I just gave this earth kraken the worst paper cut.
Pretty bad.
All right, and then since I still have my movement, Comet basically sees the Prometheus fly out from the grapple, land next to it, stand up, and then just run away.
I like it.
All right, that's you, Orion?
Yep, that's me.
All right. We're going to activate where are you, my friend? The Dust Arm to the south of Chimera. The Dust Arm will activate, getting rid of his little shield. Going to move 2. As you've been attacking his glint arm friends, Chimera, I think he's going to target you.
Fair. I have to respect that. That's fair.
Yeah. So that is going to be a flamethrower attack. You still don't have soft cover, do you?
No, I totally did damage on my turn. I don't have soft cover.
All right.
I drilled a man.
All right. A 10 versus your evasion.
Meets. So that
all right.
hits.
You will take 4 burn. So 4 damage immediately, and then 4 burn.
Right.
4 burn to take home as a prize, as a little present for you.
That's not armor piercing, right? So it'd be 2 damage?
It's burn. Burn is always armor piercing.
Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
Yeah. So 4 damage immediately, and then 4 added on to your burn counter. The only way to resist burn is if you gain burn resistance, burn immunity, or resistance to everything, which is what COMET gave you for his recalibration thing. Recalibrate reality nonsense.
Yep.
That is the Pyro's turn. He will, at the end of his turn, place down his new Firebreak shield.
Bastard.
And that's his turn. KESTRAL, you're up.
Okay.
This guy lost. He acted,
there's
he
a
lost
guy.
impaired.
There's a guy who's taking a lot of damage. You might want to.
He did structure though, so he's probably back up to.
Do I know the range of these tentacles? Is it 2 around them?
It is adjacent. You have watched them only attack things directly next to them.
Okay.
In my head, the token size represents its whippy flippy aroundedness. The tentacles don't take up that much space, but that's the amount of space they're coiling through and whipping through at any given time.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to move there, right next to this guy.
All right, so you're going to fly up behind the Firebreak shield with the westernmost dust arm.
Yep. I'm going to boost and move again just above this guy right here.
Okay.
So that's move and boost. I'm now going to use a quick action to trigger the Sun Crown. So I expend a charge, create a burst 3 flash of light. All hostile creatures within the effective area, which is all of these guys that have line of sight, which they do, succeed on a agility save or become jammed, and a system save or become impaired.
Okay, so that is all 4 of the enemies as you launch down a light like a shining angel above the glint arm in the center of all of them, and just like basically solar flare levels of stun emanate out from you. Let's go through and roll all of these.
Tianhan will be proud.
I'm going to start with the northwestern dust arm. So that is agility first. What's your save target?
14.
All right, so he's going to fail agility and
All right, he's jammed.
fail systems.
And he's impaired.
So jammed, impaired. Let's do the guy right underneath you. Agility, you said 14 is the target?
Yep. Jammed.
13 agility, 9
Impaired.
systems. So that's a jammed impaired. Let's do the dust arm who just acted. Agility 17, so not jammed.
Not jammed.
And then systems
Impaired.
4, so impaired. And then the glint arm that super hurt Chimera this round. Agility 14 succeeds. So not jammed. Systems 20 succeeds. The guy who hates Chimera so much that he dodged the stun.
He just wasn't looking at me.
Yeah.
He was looking at Chimera. How damaged does he look? Did he just structure?
The guy right below you.
Well, no. It was the one.
It
in
was the
far
guy right below
bottom
you
right.
who structured.
Oh, the guy below me who structured. Okay, the
Yeah,
other
that's
one just hates Chimera because.
Because, yeah, it was a good target and was shooting his friend.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't like being out here, I think. So I'm going to overcharge and take if you go at your maximum heat, you're gonna
Yes, that's
you
correct.
overcharge.
Our home roll is when you hit your max heat, you overheat.
that would overheat me. Never mind. I can't overcharge. I stay there. That is my
right.
turn then. Let me click the little button. There you go.
All right, click it again to turn it off. Clicking it once turns your turn on, and then clicking it again gets rid of your turn.
Okay. That's done now.
All right. Well, boy. It's all them now, right? So I'm gonna activate the dust. When does the impede go away on this? Until the end of their next turn. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna activate the dust arm to the northwest for his turn to start. He is impaired and jammed. So he is just going to disengage. I believe he still starts his turn next to your bomb, though.
Yeah, I assume that would go off.
Yeah, I believe so.
So yeah, just roll 1d6. 6 damage. He can agility save it.
The
maybe
agility
not.
save is going to be important here. He is also impaired on this agility save.
It does not.
I'm going to guess it doesn't.
No, at 14 is my save.
So he does have 3 armor. So I'm going to take 3 from this. He does not look well. He's going to disengage and move his 2 because that's the maximum movement he has.
Oh, you can delete that hologram too.
All right. At the end of his turn, he'll get rid of his jammed and impaired. I am going to activate him again. He's going to move here. And Jay, he's going to fire his cone of flamethrower up into the air at you. Once I figure out how to target you, because you're on top of each other. I'll just move him slightly to the side. There we go. All right, Jay, this is going to be a flamethrower versus you.
Yay.
Do you have any cover of any sort?
1 second. I might actually. No, I lose that if I force people to make a save, which I did. Or after. This isn't a reaction, so no, I don't think so.
All right. A 10 will be a miss against your evasion.
Okay.
As it bursts the flamethrower up at you and just can't get it on top of the tiny little fly that is you.
So because it missed, I can move 2 spaces as a free action in any direction. Well,
All
no,
right.
as a reaction. Excuse me.
Yeah. What's the? I'm just curious.
Acrobatics ace.
Cool.
It's
so
my
you're going to
ace
use your
talent.
acrobatics ace to move 2.
Okay. Yes, which is a unique form of movement, so I assume a hologram is going to appear here.
I mean, hologram when you. Oh, that's a hologram teleport. Hologram. That's part of Hall of Mirrors.
Yes, it is. Here, I'll link Hall of Mirrors for you. Where is it?
Whenever you start a unique movement on your turn, during
is it
your turn. Yeah.
Damn. All right. Oh, well. But yeah, I'll move there.
Cool.
Just shoot to the side.
All right, that is the dust arm. He does put up another wall. But does not get you, Kestrel. I'm going to activate the glint arm. No. How far in the air are you, Kestrel?
I would have just been like, what? Like I
Because
could be
to
like
hit all of
2
them,
above
you
the thing
would've-
above me and still hit everyone. I think.
Yeah, I think you at maximum you could have been 2 up.
Yeah. So.
All right, so let's add that to your thing. Let's put you at 2 up.
This movement just now, I probably would have been. Yeah, I'd probably just hover there. Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so this glint arm right here is impaired. So I'm going to activate him. He's impaired and jammed, which means he can't really use any of his things. And you're too high above him for him to smack with his gun. So he's going to move his 4 just to get into the zone and end his turn. So that wastes his turn. And then the other glint arm will activate. It is going to move here. So it has a valid shot at Chimera through the 2 firebreak shields.
Okay.
All right, Chimera, it's going to hit you with its thermal lance. It misses.
Yeah.
A 9 versus your evasion will not do it, as it takes aim at you and fires. And you can tell, I mean, this guy hit you last turn too. If this had hit you again, that would have been just as bad as the other one.
Extra burn.
But no, nothing doing there. It's going to use the remainder of its movement to move there. And it still has a boost remaining. So it's going to boost to here. It's going to wedge itself up against the mountain to give itself something to back up against.
Okay.
The interceptors up north still have remaining turns, so I'm going to activate them real quick. They're still fighting King Kong up here. So they're going to keep attacking these tentacles. Boop, boop, boo. For another 5 damage there. And the other interceptor was not grabbed. So it is going to get the fuck out of dodge. Fire its missile launcher for another hit. Another 6 damage against the farthest north tentacle. 6 down to 5 because of the armor. The northernmost tentacle is starting to look ragged. And then the dust arm that is impaired is going to activate as the final actor for the round. That's its shield gone. And this guy hit you with his flamethrower before, didn't he, Chimera? Not that that matters. I believe he flamethrowed you earlier, though.
Which one?
The southeast
that
one.
was the one. Yep.
But he's going to target you. And he's going to lay a flamethrower down on you.
Okay.
He is impaired, so he's going to take -1 accuracy to this. 7 will miss. 7 will miss your evasion. As the flame blankets the area, but he can't quite sweep it on top of you because something about the stun he received is like locking up his arms. So you see a lot of inadequate bursts of fire kind of like heat the air around you, but never quite lock onto you long enough to cause you any damage, which is good because it would have caused double burn since you already have some burn.
Yeah, no one would like that.
This entire team is built to hit people that have already been hit multiple times and make it even worse. And then that's the end of his turn. He's going to draw a new Firebreak Shield. All right. At the end of round 3, going into round 4, we're going to call the session for now. I bet the team has some thinking to do as they have 3 more rounds to try and force the enemy off the deployment zone, or something bad happens to the DBC. And then 2 more rounds after that to escape. So we'll see if you can manage yourselves long enough to get off the planet.
We will see.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, we'll find out next time. Thank you all for watching, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.